particularly the power lines. In some of the communities also, the buildings that, the bridges that have been linking them for years, some of them were blown up. In Kuzum, for example, linking Minchka and Oba, and inside Baza itself, all these bridges link to take us all to Borno State, Maiduguri. And so it's a major loss because it will affect the normal movement of people and other essential services. So these are some of the things. There have been a lot of challenges for those of them that are returning. So the immediate challenge is how to settle and find something to do. Some of their businesses have been destroyed. Even some that left foodstuff in their houses were looted. Some of the houses were burnt. It's even worse in the rural areas, particularly in places like Minchka, places like Hong, places like Gombe. The destruction is not as much as you have in the township as you have in the rural areas. And this is where the worry is, because the substantial number of the population of these areas are in the rural areas. So the immediate challenge really is to find something for them to eat when they go back. And what we also found was that the hospitals, all the drugs and other essentials in the hospitals have been looted. So we will require the hospitals to be stopped. Some of the schools were also burnt down. We will require some of these schools to be rebuilt for students to go out. So
with all of these observations, what are the immediate plans of the federal government for these communities?
Yes, as I've said, the tour we made was to look at the immediate needs of the communities. Essentially, it was NEMA and the food and non-food items. And efforts have been made to provide these items. I told you food is very important, medicine is very important. There are some of the areas that NEMA may not be able to deal with them. That is where agencies like the Victim Support Fund will come in. And of course, you know that there's the presidential initiative for the Northeast also, as part of the measures that have been put in place by the government to rebuild these places and bring about normalcy in the lives of the people in these areas.
See, there have been a number of appeals, especially from the traditional rulers and even some other groups across board. When you got there, what sort of measures did you take to properly make them want to come back home?
Yes, that was what informed the visit. One, our fiscal presence is to reassure them that the government was serious and also was concerned about their plight. It is very important for them to have a feeling that in these places that were deserted, some of us that are in government can also go there and see things for ourselves. So the most important thing was confidence building, for them to appreciate that they have not been abandoned, for them to appreciate that the government is serious really about returning normalcy in these areas. Secondly, as I said, it's not about what you go today and tomorrow something happens. The most important thing is that we need to know the level of challenge destructions, what needs to be done immediately. And as I said, what we found to be immediate is food. What we also found to be immediate is medicine in the hospitals. And then, of course, these things are categorized into immediate, short-term, mid-term and long-term measures. So NEMA is going to move in with some of these essentials.
Let's take a look now at the houses, those camps they've been staying in for a while right now. And many of them seem reluctant to go right back to their communities. And of course, we all know that the camps are not exactly very safe.
No, not true. It's not true that they're reluctant. There's nobody that enjoys to stay outside. In
the sense that, of course, if you don't sense that your place of abode is safe, you wouldn't want to go back there.
Yeah, but the places are safe. That is why the military went there, took them over, sweeping and mopping them, almost house to house, door to door. So the most important thing, before they are even allowed to move, there is this assurance that everything has been done in terms of mopping up the remnants of some of these insurgents, and also the IEDs that may have been planted behind, when they were being chased. So I am from one of such communities. Almost everybody wants to go back. For you to leave your place of natural inheritance to stay in other places that are not normal in setting, nobody wants it. Every member of these communities wants to go back, and they are being encouraged to go back. As I've said, it is the first set of people moving usually are women. So women have started moving, and the men have taken following suit. So it's not true that they are reluctant. They are most eager, more than any other person, to go back.
Now, right now, the mopping up exercise going on, just to ensure that all of this, the communities don't, get back into the hands of the insurgents. What's the latest on that? And
that is why the security agencies or the military are still in these communities that have been taken over. You remember, you even know that in a situation like this, the military does not take over and leave. For quite some time, the military will be there. But for the presence of the military yesterday, for example, in Gombe, when the insurgents tried to make a comeback, it would have been a different story. But because the military were there on ground, they were able to successfully and effectively repel them. So the military will continue to be there in these areas that have been recovered or recaptured, to give some security and to continue to build the confidence in the people that everything is okay for them to continue their normal lives.
Well, when we come back, we'll talk more about how you think this fight is going on, because yet as we speak, we have lots of people still, emigrating from their places of abode. So, but when we come back, take a break right now. We're with the Minister of Youth Development, Mr. Boni Haruna. Join us after the break.